Okay. I'll share my screen. Okay. So we'll start with the prayer. प्रातः कालादिकं कर्म नित्य नैमित्तिकं तथा केशवार्थाय करिष्येऽहं तव आज्ञया.
Sir, Sangeeta will join 1 minute, sir.
You will repeat after me.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Egna friend Shanmita will joining, sir.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
1 minute, sir. She is trying.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Ready? Okay.
Okay.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Krishnaya Yadavendraya
Vishnaya Randravendraya
Jnanamudraya Yogine
Jnanamudraya Yogini
Nathaya Rukminishaya
Nathaya Rukminishaya
Namo Vedanta Vedine
Namo Vedanta Vedini
Vyasaya Bhavanashaya
Vyasaya Bhavanashaya
Srishaya Gunarashaye
Seshaya Gunarasaye
Hridyaya Shuddhavidyaya
Vidraya Shudravidraya
Hridyaya Shuddha
Vidyaya Shuddha
Vidyaya
Vidraya
Madhvaya cha namo namaha.
Vyaya Janamo Namaha
Madhvaya cha namo namaha.
Vyaya Janamo Namaha.
Okay, very nice. I'll do a prayer for all of you. Praying.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste. I'll do a prayer for all of you so you become brilliant. Om Yaschandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupaha Chandobhyodhyamritat Sambhabuva Samindro Medhaya Sprunotu Amritasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama कर्णाभ्यां भूरि विश्रुवं ब्रह्मण कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Okay, so we will do the first shloka of Mahabharata, and then today our plan is to start with chapter 7. So you guys will repeat after me.
Yes, sir.
Narayanam namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
naram chaiva narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
devim sarasatim vyasam
Devim Sarasavatim Vyasam
tato jayamudirayet.
Tato Jayam Yudirayat.
Okay, very nice. So we will do some shloka abhyas from chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, we have finished 6 adhyayas, and the next set of 6 adhyayas are more about Bhakti Yoga. Okay, they are about Bhakti Yoga, and for Bhakti devotion, what you need is you need to understand the Mahatmya, the greatness of the Lord. Okay, so this chapter also describes the greatness of the Lord. So learn some shlokas. Okay, today what I want to do is one person could repeat after me one shloka. When we do, I will do like 4 shlokas. Each person should 4 or 5 shloka will do, and we'll see one person at a time. They can unmute and then decide.
Okay, sir.
That way, what we can do is we can make sure that you are appropriately learning the shlokas, and I'm also able to help you properly. Okay. Okay. So we'll start with the first one. These everybody can do this one, and then when we go to shloka, one person at a time will do. Okay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता
अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता
ज्ञानविज्ञानयोगो नाम
ज्ञानविज्ञानयोगो नाम
सप्तमोऽध्यायः।
सप्तमोऽध्यायः।
Okay, so let's start with Mahant. Mahant, you will repeat after me.
Okay, sir.
Okay. मत्तः परतरं नान्यत
पर्वतं न्यान्यः
मत्तः परतरं
सः परमतं
मत्तः परमतं
मत्तः
परतरं
परमतं
sorry मत्तः परतरं नान्यत
मत्तः परतरं न्यान्यः
मत्तः परतरं न अन्यत
परतरम् अन्यः
किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय किञ्चित्
किञ्चित्
अस्ति धनञ्जय
अस्ति धनञ्जय
किञ्चित् अस्ति धनञ्जय
धनञ्जय
किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मत्तः परतरं नान्यत
मत्तः परतरं नान्यत्
किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतम्
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 सर्वमिदं प्रोतम्
सूत्रे मणिगणा इव सूत्रे मणिगणा इव
सूत्रे मणिगणा इव
Okay, very nice. Okay. So next, do Okay. Shanvita.
Sir.
Okay. After that, we'll go to Yajna. Okay. So let's do Sanvita.
Okay.
नमा दुष्कृतिनो मूढ़ा
Nama Dushkanamoda.
नमां दुष्कृतिनो मूढ़ाः
Nama Dushkanamoda.
नमां दुष्कृतिनो मूढ़ा
Nama Dushkanamoda.
प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः
Satyamte Namataha.
प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः
Pratyamte Namataha.
प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः
Maya tu
प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः
Maya te
Okay, speak clearly. I can so that I can hear you. Okay. माययापहृत ज्ञाना
Maya pa Sahajana.
मायया अपहृत ज्ञाना
Maya pa Sahajana.
माययापहृत ज्ञाना
Maya pa Sajana.
आसुरं भावमाश्रिताः
Asinna Baba.
आसुरं भावमाश्रिताः Okay, others also should repeat. Okay, while you are on mute, you should repeat also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, very nice, Tanvita. Okay,
Thank
okay. Yagya, you want to do the next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम्
चतुर्विधा भञ्जे नेता
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम्
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते न
Very nice. चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम्
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम्
जना सुकृतिनोऽर्जुनः
जना सुकृतिनोऽर्जुनः
जना सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन
जनः सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन
जना सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन
जना सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन
आर्तो जिज्ञासु अर्थार्थी
अर्थो जिज्ञासुरार्थार्थी
आर्तो जिज्ञासु अर्थार्थी
अर्थो जिज्ञासुरार्थार्थी
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ
ज्ञानी च
ज्ञानी च
भरतर्षभ
भरतर्षभ
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ.
Okay, very nice. Okay,
Thanks, sir.
okay. Who wants to do next?
Sir,
Okay, Pujita.
yes, sir.
Okay. Bahunam janmanam ante.
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 ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते
ज्ञानवान् मान् प्रवर्तते.
ज्ञानवान् मां
ज्ञानवान् मां
प्रपद्यते
प्रवर्त्यते.
ज्ञानवान् मां
ज्ञानवान् मां
प्रपद्यते
प्रवर्तते.
ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते
ज्ञानवान् मान् प्रवर्त्यते.
वासुदेवः सर्वमिति
वासुदेवः सर्वमिति.
वासुदेवः सर्वमिति
वासुदेवः सर्वमिति.
वासुदेवः सर्वमिति
वासुदेवः सर्वमिति.
स महात्मा सुदुर्लभ
महात्मा सुदुर्लभ.
स महात्मा सुदुर्लभ
महात्मा सुदुर्लभ.
स महात्मा सुदुर्लभ
महात्मा सुदुर्लभ.
Okay, very nice. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay. Dikshit, you will do it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So repeat after me. यो यो यां यां तनुं भक्तः
यो याम्यं तमुं भक्ता.
यो यो यां यां तनुं भक्तः
यो यो याम्यं तनं भक्ता.
यो यो यां यां तनुं भक्तः
यो यो याम्यं तनं भक्ता.
श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति
श्रद्धामार्तगच्छति.
श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति
श्रद्धयार्चिमुच्यते.
श्रद्धयार्चित
श्रद्धयार्चित
मुच्यति
इच्छति.
श्रद्धयार्चितुम्
श्रद्धयार्चितुम्
इच्छति
इच्छति.
श्रद्धयार्चितुम्
श्रद्धयार्चितुम्
इच्छति
इच्छति.
श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति
श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति.
श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति
श्रद्धयार्चिमुच्यते.
तस्य तस्याचलां श्रद्धाम्
तस्य श्रद्धां तवम्.
तस्य चलां श्रद्धाम्
तस्य शलां श्रद्धाम्.
तस्याचलां श्रद्धाम्
तस्य चलां श्रद्धम्.
श्रद्धाम्
श्रद्धां
तमेव विदधाम्यहम्
तमेव विद्यान्यहम्
तमेव विदधाम्यहम्
तमेव विददाम्यहम्
तामेव विदधाम्यहम्
तामे विदहदाम्यहम्
तामेव विदधाम्यहम्
तामे विवदाम्यहम्.
Very nice. Okay. Okay. Anybody is left who has not participated yet?
Rishita, sir.
Ishita, you will do?
This is small kids, sir, but
Okay. You can unmute. I will ask you to unmute.
this time
Rishita.
Okay. Rishita, repeat after me. Vedaham.
Rishita.
Rishi Vedaham.
Okay. So you don't want to do it now? Okay. All right. So everybody can repeat.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Under unmute చేసుకోండి.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next time Rishita will do. Okay. Vedaham samiti tani.
Vedaham samitithani.
Vedaham samiti tani.
Vedaham samitithani.
Vartamanani charjuna.
Vartamanani charjuna.
Vartamanani charjuna.
Vartamanani charjuna.
Vartamanani charjuna.
Vartamanani charjuna.
Bhavishyani cha bhutani.
Bhavishyani cha bhutani.
Bhavishyani cha bhutani.
Bhavishyani cha bhutani.
Mam tu vedana kaschana.
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 Okay, very nice. Okay, we will do the Samarpan Shloka of for chapter 7. Om Tad Saditi.
Om Tat Saniti.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su.
Upanishadsu.
Upanishadsu.
Brahma Vidyayam.
Brahma Vidyayam.
Yoga Shastre.
Yoga Shastre.
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade.
Sri Krishna Arjuna Sambhave.
Jnana Vijnana Yogo Nama.
Jnana Vijnaya Yogo.
Saptamodhyayaha.
Saptamadhyaya.
Okay. So I will just quickly recap some of the things that we have done so far. We have gone through the first six chapters, and we learnt about various different stories from Puranas. We learnt about the story of Raja Harishchandra. Okay, he showed that it is very sometimes, even though it is difficult for us sometimes, but we must follow the dharma. Okay, we learnt about the dilemma that Arjun was facing. Dilemma is when we have two different choices and we don't know which one to choose. So doubt sets into our mind. So what is the right thing to do is to follow the dharma. For that, we need to understand dharma. So Arjuna requests Lord Krishna to tell him what is the right thing to do so he can overcome his dilemma. So Lord tells him about the Sankhya Yoga, which is the relationship between the Jiva and the Ishvara and the Jada. Sankhya Yoga basically tells about that Jiva is eternal and it is ever dependent upon the Lord. And the Lord ensures that the justice is maintained in the world. Okay. And we also talked about that how one should do their activities, what should be their mental framework. One should always do their prescribed duties without attachment. Okay. A person who is unperturbed by success or failure, happiness and sorrow, and he can maintain equanimity is a sthit pragya. All of us should strive to become like sthit pragya, person like sthit pragya, who is always thinking about his about the Lord in all of his activities. Then the Arjuna's question was, then should I be doing my duty? What duty should I be doing? So the Karma Yoga is taught by Lord Krishna that we need to have with the right understanding, still engage in our prescribed duties. We are all like a cog in the cosmic wheel. Like in the watch, every little part has to do their activity, then the clock works. So similarly, we are all part of cosmic wheel and we must follow and do our prescribed duties. And so the cosmic wheel, we are part of the cosmic wheel, and we need to pay attention to our prescribed duty and do them without a sense of attachment. Okay? And that is called swadharma. Okay? Whatever we are ordained in our, like a student has to study, people who are adults, they have to take care of their family and also do dana and respect the sannyasi, do namaskar to the acharya, take care of their parents. So those are swadharma. We have responsibility towards our society, our parents, our community, towards the environment. So when we follow that, that is swadharma. And one must strive to become ideal for others. So we heard about the story of King Janaka, Raja Janak, who was the father of Mother Sita, but he was always unattached. Even when doing his duty, he was not affected. So he was a good king, he maintained equanimity. Then the special knowledge of the Lord. Okay? Work must be done with the knowledge of the Lord. Okay? And we talked, Lord tells that his birth and his activities are divine. And we saw the grandeur of the Lord. Lord Narasimha, he does not have a birth like us. He was born from the pillar. He took avatar from the pillar. So his births are divine. And then we also talked about few stories related to his activities, like how he helped Arjuna string the bow and shoot an arrow into an instrument which had a rotating fish attached to it. And he had to shoot the arrow in the eye of the fish, but the water, he was looking down into the reflection in the water. And Lord tells him, what you cannot do, I will do, and he will make the water still. Okay, so his karma is also divya. So he does the creation, dissolution, he maintains the world, and he is the one who gives us the gyan, knowledge, and also the nescience, the wrong knowledge, and he is the reason for our birth here in this samsara, and also he gives us the moksha. Okay, so we cannot control our results, the results of our action. He is the giver of the fruit of our actions. And we talked about various different kinds of yajna. Your swadhyaya, your study is also yajna. Okay, taking care of your environment is also an yajna. And doing the parayana of Bhagavad Gita is also a yajna. But the fire oblation also is kind of a yajna. Then the question of Arjuna was, if knowledge is so important, why should I not pursue the path of knowledge? And then the Lord tells him, it is about the detachment with the fruits of the action, not from the action, which is sannyasa. Okay. They are the two sides of the same coin. You have to do the knowledge, and then you have to do the activities. Both knowledge and activities are important. If you know why you are doing things, with that knowledge and making it an offering to the Lord as a gratitude, doing your activities with a sense of gratitude and not being affected by success and failure is what is the sannyasa. So we heard about the story of sage Dattatreya, who learned from the environment. And then once you have the sannyasa, detachment, and you are doing your activities, then your manaha, your mind becomes fertile ground for doing meditation. Okay, so that is the yoga of dhyana yoga. And we heard about the story of Dhruva, who was able to contemplate on the Lord and was able to get the darshana of the Lord in 6 months' time, when he was given the mantra by Narad Muni. So today, we talked about this also. There are many religions in the world. Okay, and all of these religion, the three things are important in each of these religion. One is the God, the concept of God. The other is the concept of the soul, like we are the soul. Inside our body there is a soul which animates this body. We are different from our body. And the jada, this body is made up of material things. So material things is the jada. So the relationship between these three is what is told in most religion. So what we learned, with power comes responsibility. We as human being, because we have been endowed with intellect, we have more responsibility. With responsibility comes duty, and duty must be done with knowledge. Okay. Okay, so this chapter 7, we will do a little bit of a story also, and we'll talk few things about this chapter. So we'll do a small prayer. I will do a small prayer, and then this describes the essence of what is there in this chapter. Vishnureva vijigyasyah sarva karta gamoditah samanvayadi ikchatescha purnanandontarah khavat. So he is the one who must be inquired into, Lord Vishnu. He is the all-doer. Okay, he is revealed in our scriptures. Okay, by appropriately interpretation of the different scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, we will understand the greatness of the Lord. Okay, he is like the electricity inside of the jiva. He is all pervading and within all beings. He is the one who inspires us to do things. So few concepts in this adhyaya is, there are things, we have these sense organs, right? Eyes, nose, tongue, ear, and our skin, right? And you notice that 4 of the organs are in our head itself, sense organs. Rest of it, the skin, is spread all over our body. These are like the input organs through which we absorb, understand our world. So through eyes we see, through nose we smell, through tongue we taste, through ears we hear, and with the skin we feel. So there are things which are beyond these sense organs. Okay. So sometimes people use these radio communication which we cannot see. Right? This telephone signal, the mobile phone signal, we cannot see it. Right? So there are things which are beyond our indriyas, these sense input organs. So Lord's attributes, Lord is like that. His attribute is beyond the sense organ. So for those things, it's called Ati Indriya. Okay? And whatever we do, Lord's attributes are so great that it is beyond any comparison. So if we say Lord is bright, he is like the sun, then also we are giving a analogy which cannot describe the Lord, because he would even be brighter than the sun. So it is every attribute that we talk about the Lord with an example that we give, it can never fully describe the Lord, because he is so great. Okay? He is brilliant like 1,000 suns. If we say that, that also cannot describe him completely, because he is infinite. Then this chapter is called Gyan Vijnana Yoga, knowledge and wisdom. Okay? The Jnana refers to knowing the attribute of the Lord, about learning about the Lord. The Lord is full of all auspicious attributes and he is devoid of any defect. He does not have any defect. Vijnana is the knowledge of how the Lord manifests himself in various activities. Okay? His special presence. Knowledge is about knowing the Lord, knowing about the Lord, and the understanding of his divine, understanding the divine nature of the Lord. Wisdom is experiencing the God directly, being able to observe that the God is behind all the activities, seeing the divine in yourself and in the world. For example, playing. Okay? Knowledge is knowing all the rules of the sports. Okay? Knowing that these are the rules that needs to be followed. But wisdom is playing fairly, encouraging others, being humble in victory. That is wisdom. Okay? Health, if you talk about health, knowledge is knowing that eating fruit is good. Eating fruit is good. Wisdom is actually choosing fruit over junk food. Okay? So there is special knowledge and being practical application of the knowledge with an understanding is called wisdom. And then bhakti, when you know the attributes of the Lord, that he is the great, he is the most exalted being, and we try to understand him more and more, that generates an oh wow, awesome, right? That generates awe and deep devotion. When it generates the awe and deep devotion, it is called bhakti. Okay, so we will talk about these three things. We had talked about jnana, bhakti, and vairagya. These are three things we need. The jnana, knowledge, is obtained with lot of effort. Okay? We have to go to the gurus, do the namaskara, and then ask them for the knowledge about the greatness of the Lord. Then they will tell us about the greatness of the Lord, and that is when we will understand it appropriately. We'll learn how to understand and observe. The wisdom will come from that. Our scriptures speak of the jnana. He is the only independent entity. He is the one who created this world. This world is huge, enormous. This universe is enormous, and that is created effortlessly by the Lord. Okay? So every entity is dependent upon the Lord. So God is the only independent entity. He is not dependent upon anyone. but all of us are dependent upon him. And with this knowledge, it instills bhakti. When we live with a sense of gratitude, okay, we live with a sense of duty, our responsibility, right? We are kind towards other. Then it is the bhakti. Okay, and then attachment with the God happens. Okay, and then for little things you are not very attached to it. That is the vairagya. Vairagya is attachment with the Lord, but not with little material things. So you maintain equanimity. That gives you equanimity. That generates more knowledge. And it's a cycle that will generate more bhakti and it will generate more vairagya. It brings steadiness in your personality. You will become a better person. You will not be swayed by desires. It doesn't mean that you do not do your prescribed duty, renunciation of your actions. It doesn't mean vairagya, it doesn't mean, but doing it with a devotion and worship as a worship to the Lord. Okay? So that is vairagya. Okay, so key takeaway from this chapter, God is not just far away. Everything you see is a reflection of God's energy, His creation. Okay? When we look at things, we must understand that this has been created by the Lord. It is not enough to just study. Real spirituality is experiencing God within yourself and others, being able to see that God is there in all of us. Okay? And bhakti combined with wisdom is the easiest and most joyful path to learn, understand, to reach God. Faith is good, but knowing and loving the true source, Lord Krishna, is the greatest treasure. Okay, so we will do one Purana story. So I want to tell you about, so most of you are in Tirupati, right? So this is a story related to the avatar
Yes, sir.
of Venkateshwara Swami. Okay? So there is a story which is in Bhagavata Purana. And one time what happened, there was a big yajna that was being done by all of the sages lot of sages in the forest. So sage Bhrigu was one of the sage there. He was very learned and very senior sage, very senior rishi. So a lot of people requested him to find out who is the greatest in this whole world, to discover who among the Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva, who is the greatest. So sage Bhrigu set out with some thoughts about how he will go and find this out. He carried a golden footstool, Padpitha, and in deliberate rudeness intended to offend each deity. The one who remained undisturbed would be declared Parameshwara, the Supreme Lord. Okay? So Bhrigu Rishi meets Brahma and Shiva. At Brahma Loka, he found Brahma ji very busy and not being able to pay attention towards him. So, and he did not pay attention towards the Brahma ji. So Brahma ji got angry. Okay. When he went to Kailash, Lord Shiva, he was engrossed in his meditation and he was not very happy when he was disturbed. So both places he was not received well. Then he went to Lord Vishnu, Vaikuntha Loka. And when he reached there, Lord Vishnu was sleeping. Okay. So Bhrigu Rishi did namaskar. He didn't do namaskara, but he stuck his foot on the Lord's chest. Okay. And a drop of perspiration fell from Lord Vishnu's brow. Instead of getting angry, Lord Vishnu rose gently and apologized to the sage for not noticing him sooner. And then he said, "Oh, my chest is very hard and your feet is very soft. Let me massage it. And he massaged his foot to soothe his bruises. Lord only enabled Bhrigu Rishi to do this. Now he has a Vakshasthal. He has the footprint mark on his chest. He holds it because all these sages are very dear to Lord Vishnu. They do a lot of penance and they are very dear to him. And he wanted to teach to the world that even if the sages or the people who are following the path of dharma and are engaged in the penance, they should, even if they do sometimes something wrong, they should still be respected and taken care of. Okay. So Bhrigu Rishi, he realized the greatness of Lord Vishnu, that he remained unperturbed, he was compassionate, and he self-surrendered, right? He declared, when he came back, he declared Lord Vishnu to be the supreme being, the source of all, both immanent and transcendent, beyond creation. He is source of all. Okay? So that is the story of Bhrigu. How is it related to Lord Venkateshwara? So Lakshmi ji got upset. Okay? So Lakshmi ji was upset that Sage Bhrigu was, he struck Lord Vishnu with his foot in his chest. So she came.
Where the Lakshmi Devi lives, sir? Lakshmi Devi is in his chest, right, sir?
Lakshmi Devi is also in his chest. Yes. She is also she's a Nitya Mukta, just like Lord Vishnu is present everywhere. Lord Lakshmi Devi is also present everywhere. She is the presiding deity of all of the material things and also of our Chetana Shakti, means our awareness, the ability to understand ourselves and having that knowledge. So she is the presiding deity of that. Okay. So she is also present everywhere where the Lord is. And she is the consort. She is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is also present everywhere. So we see them as in photos and in the murtis, we see them with hands and like our form, but they are present everywhere. They're the deities. The murtis are the representation of those deities. Okay. So she resides always present with Lord Vishnu. So she showed that she's upset with Sage Bhrigu and then came down as Padmavati, and Lord Vishnu had to take avatar as Venkateshwara Swami, and that's how we get the Tirupati Mandir. So that's the connection with Tirupati. Okay, so that is the story of the Sage Bhrigu, and what it tells us that the true knowledge. Okay, so Lord tells him he's the inner controller. Bhrigu Muni understands that Vishnu Bhagwan is the inner controller, Antaryamin, and the Supreme Lord is above all, just like what Shri Krishna Bhagwan teaches us in this adhyay. Okay. All right. So we will pause here today with a prayer, and then if you guys have any question or discussion you want to do, we can do that now.
No, sir.
No question? Did you like the story?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll do a concluding prayer, and then in the next
No,
class,
this story.
say that again, Dikshit.
Sir, I know this story already, sir.
Oh, you know this story already. Okay, very nice. Okay, we'll do this concluding prayer, and then in the next class, we'll again connect and we'll go to chapter 8. Okay, that is about, you had a question about who is Lakshmi. We'll discuss that in that class.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Okay. Pratah
Sir,
prabhiti sayantam sayami pratarantatah yat karomi jagannatha tadastu tava pujanam. Okay. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.
Shri Krishna Maharpanamastu.
Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Okay.
Sir, my mother wants to ask you something, sir.
Yes.
sir, tomorrow, day after tomorrow class, we will go to 8th chapter, sir.
Yes.
Will we get before we'll go to 8th chapter, all children must chant at least one sloka from 7th chapter, beginning of the class.
Yes. That would be very nice.
At least one.
Yeah.
I will tell Telugu in for children. Nana next శుక్రవారం జరిగే క్లాస్ లో అందరు కూడా 7th చాప్టర్ లో ఎవరెవరితో అయితే సార్ ఒక్కొక్క శ్లోక పలికిచ్చారో ఆ శ్లోక ప్రాక్టీస్ చెయ్యండి. ఓకేనా? నేను కావాలంటే పీడిఎఫ్ పెడతాను, మీకు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి ఒక్కొక్కరు ఒక్కొక్క శ్లోక అన్న చెప్పాలి, అప్పుడే మీకు ఒక్కొక్కటన్నా వస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా? ఫ్రైడే క్లాస్ లో ఒక్కొక్కరు ఒక్కొక్కటి నేర్చుకోరండి. ఓకే ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకే, నమస్తే.
నమస్తే సార్. నమస్తే.
నమస్తే సార్.
నమస్తే.
నమస్తే, sir.